Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Conzia podcast, where we explore the tools, insights, and strategies that fuel successful entrepreneurs and brands. Today's guests need no introduction in the world of digital strategy and personal branding. I am honored to sit down with Dennis Yu, who is CEO of Blitz Metrics and one of the most respected educators in digital marketing today. Dennis has shared the global stage with leaders, taught at countless universities, and championed the power of entity based SEO, Google Knowledge Panels, and AI driven visibility long before they became even hot topics. In today's episode, we dive into why entrepreneurs must take control of their online identity and how Google's AI is reshaping what it means to be credible in the digital world. Dennis, it is truly a privilege to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Zahid. An honor.
We would like to start with your personal journey as well. Would you like to share with our audience when did you start and what was your reason to come into digital marketing?
Well, I'm a search engine engineer, and I started almost 25 years ago at Yahoo. So I was involved very early, and I learned from a lot of the people that built the foundation of the internet. And as a search engine engineer, my goal was to produce good search results and produce relevant ads for users, which is the exact opposite of the people that do SEO, which is to try to trick people like me who work at the search engine. So it's always been this fun kind of cat and mouse game where, I have friends at Facebook and friends at OpenAI and friends at, these other at Google, of course. And we all are wanting to provide users the best experience and the most relevant ads. And yet there's all these other marketing people and entrepreneurs and whatnot that are trying to trick us and trying to fool us and trying to rank number one. So I've always taken the view of what's the search engine point of view, right? What's the ChatGPT point of view? And based on that, how do we drive results for ourselves?
Well, this is exactly what a lot of new entrepreneurs need as well. So, we would like to go a little bit more deep into the topic. So, you championed Google knowledge panels and entity based SEO rankings. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about that as well?
I can show you. How about this? I'll share
Oh,
my
for
screen,
sure. Oh,
and
definitely.
then
That is gonna
I
be
want
helpful.
everyone to do. There's a lot of people that talk, and you can talk about all kinds of stuff, but there's nothing better than to talk to a practitioner. Instead of talking to the person who is, the salesperson in the showroom, talk to the mechanic, right? Talk to the actual person who actually has done the thing, not because they read someone else's book, but because they've actually done it through firsthand experience. So when you Google me, and if you're watching this, Google me, or Google anybody, Google yourself and see what a knowledge panel looks like. It's these colored boxes. And if I do it without SEO tools, because in Chrome I use a lot of SEO tools, but here you can see these colored boxes. There's an overview. There's my social profiles. You see that, Zahid?
Yeah.
And then there's, my personal brand website. There's a lot of things about me, right? A lot of posts from social media. I was in Rome yesterday. I met the Pope, which is kind of neat, or sort of met him 8 feet away. And there's videos and there's all these questions people want to ask about me, right? What's my net worth, or Facebook, or office hours, which are our subscription program. And so this goes on and on and on. I own all these results. This is me, right? This is different than a typical set of search results where you get 10 answers, right? So we believe everyone should rank on their name, and you
Mhm.
don't have to be famous. So you could see like all the podcasts that I've been on. I've been
Yeah.
on, 700, 800 podcasts, right? And any person, any business, any place, any object, any thing you'll see will have a knowledge panel, right?
Mm.
So the question is, what do you have to do to get that? And what are some of the most common myths about this sort of thing? And I think when people understand what a knowledge panel is and what Google or OpenAI, and you know what they're looking for, you realize it's actually very straightforward, right? So GPT-5 just came out today.
Hmm.
Who is Dennis Yu, and why is he credible in talking about getting knowledge panels on Google? Cite your sources. Oh, why didn't it show? Oh, you know what? Maybe because we're recording in the Riverside and it doesn't do the C.
That could be the reason.
Who is Dennis Yu? And oh, you know what? The sound's not working. It's not coming through. Fine, I'll type it. I'll type it. See, this is what happens when you have brand new tools. When you do it through
Well,
Zoom,
it just came out. So by the way, I'm very excited about this feature.
well, let's just try it this way. Why is he reputable with knowledge panels? And you could do the same thing. So think about who you are and what you want to be known for, and ask, does it show this is the case, right? And we have various tools that we use and work with, and I'll just show you as an example. So ChatGPT and all these other AI engines, they come visit us.
Mhm.
And, you know, just like the search crawlers, you can determine a lot of this by looking at your analytics or Google Search Console. And you can see that in the last 30 days, we've had 39,000 visits from the AI engines. And of course, you can see OpenAI with their new AI assistant, 10,000 times. Bing, Google, Claude, all these guys have come to us, right? And
And
that's driven,
this is all free, organic.
this is
It's
all free.
coming all free. Yeah.
This is all the, when people ask questions or when ChatGPT comes to visit to try to get an answer, because it's, you know, it's answering someone's question, it's come to us almost 40,000 times in the last month.
So
And
that's a big number, very big number.
we have
And
we have sites that are in the millions, so this is
yeah,
okay.
I mean
And
to get the 40,000 visits from paid ads, it takes a lot of money.
it's not, I mean,
Just
it is kind of like SEO because we're not paying for it, but I consider it very different because the way that ChatGPT and these other guys are, the questions that are being asked, the conversations are different than a regular search result. And so the way they go about trying to answer that in context is different. So it's indexed 5,000 pages on this site that we have. So most people don't even have, you know, 10, 20 pages on their site. So there's just not enough information for the AI to even understand that, like, here, like we've written articles on knowledge panels and local service ads and, you know, how to make the phone ring for dentists and, you know, all these things, right? And because these are good articles and people like them, then we get visited very often. And because of that, because we answer questions. So if I say that I know a lot about local SEO, then there should be proof. I should, you know, the connections that I have on LinkedIn should demonstrate that that's the case.
yeah.
The content I put out there, there should be references. There should be a lot of people, everything to show that I'm reputable. And so all you guys should be thinking about that too. Are you speaking at the conferences? So if you want to be known in a particular area, in this case, like for social media, whatever, I've got a lot of conferences. I have books. I have clients that we've worked with. I've been on the podcast that the top ones in the industry, right? And so all of these things here, all the content I have here is proving that that's the case. So you think about this. So a lot of people think you got to be famous. You have to be on TV. You have to be a celebrity or have a lot of followers. It has nothing to do with followers or being on TV or, you know, fake Instagram nonsense, right? It has everything to do with the relationships you have. And then that being organized into, like here, like all the podcasts, right? All these podcasts can be turned into articles. These are all the top guys in digital marketing, entrepreneurship, right? We teach at universities. We have a textbook that's used in lots of places, right? And then that gets organized into topics. So I'm well known in digital marketing, not because I say I'm good at digital marketing, not because my website says, hey, I'm a really good digital marketer, but because I'm connected to the other people who are at the top in that area. And we have a lot of content. You see that, Zahid? And
Yeah.
that content gets distributed across a lot of channels. So this gets picked up by Google by ChatGPT, by Facebook, by LinkedIn, by Twitter, right? All the shared expertise and experiences on the topics connected to the people who are most knowledgeable and expert in those topics. And so when all of these are connected together, then I can ask ChatGPT this. And someone asked ChatGPT a few days ago, who's the best in Facebook ads? And it mentioned me. And then they sent me a message on Instagram saying, hey, I don't know who you are, but I asked ChatGPT who's the best in Facebook ads, and it said you are. And I said, wow, that is so cool.
And you have another very good search result as well when people talk about TikTok marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So and then your name shows up. So
Yeah.
we have seen this as well.
And so you
So
go to ChatGPT and you can ask, right? Like here, it's answering these questions, and I can say, who has the best book on TikTok ads? And you could do the same search and it'll show you the same thing, right? So why are Perry, Marshall, and I well known in Google, Facebook, and TikTok ads? And it'll say, because we sold 800,000 copies of the books on Google and Facebook and TikTok. And, we wrote these definitive guides. And we have the webinars and, all on this, on and on, right? So then
well,
I can ask the
yeah.
same thing of anybody, right?
Mm.
And a lot of my friends, same thing. I'll say like, who is number one in, I don't know, pest control, SEO? How about a pest control SEO podcast? I'm getting really specific, right?
Yeah.
So everyone should search this as a research starting point to say, like, what do you want to be known for? And most people are too vague. They're like an entrepreneur, or they like, okay, more specific, right? And here's my friend Danny Liebrandt, Pest Control SEO Podcast,
Very good.
right? So most people, they have it niched down to be specific enough. If you're specific about what you want to be known for, and you have proof and you've organized it and you're around all these other people, I could say, who is on Danny's podcast, and are they reputable, right? And he's interviewed all the top people in digital marketing already, right? Neil Patel and me and all these other folks, right?
Very good. So
I mean, these are all the top people, right?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, this is all amazing, and I am sure it takes a lot of time as well. So you have been in this industry for 25, more than 25 years,
Actually,
and
it's been 30 something years, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. And you have spoken at a lot of conferences, and you travel around the world. So for entrepreneurs who are busy in day-to-day work, so it sounds like a lot of work. So how do you help people who are running 10%, 20% team? They are, like all the time on their desks. They cannot do it themselves. They don't have this, I would say, this luxury of doing everything themselves. So you come with a very technical background. So
I
I
don't have the
understand that.
luxury either. I'm busy or busier than any of these folks, right?
Yeah.
We're all very busy, right? Here's what you do. You find a young adult
Hmm.
who you trust, who can go through the training that we've published. And what makes this training different? Because it's all step by step, and it's stuff that we have done ourselves, and it's free.
Okay.
Okay. Here, you want a knowledge panel? That's today's topic, right, Zahid? You want a
Yeah.
knowledge
Yeah.
panel? Here
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
steps, right? Come in, look at the tool, type your name into the tool. It's free. What's your last name?
Mohammed.
Like that?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So how many Zahid Muhammads are there? Wow, there's 32.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see this first one. So these are all objects in the knowledge graph. So,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
person or a place or a movie, or like all these are things, right? A company, it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So this Zahid Mohammed's got a 92 confidence score, which is reasonably high. And let's see, is this you? Merck. Okay, this
No,
is
no,
some,
it's not me. Yeah.
and then this is some other person at a, you don't teach at Texas Southern University, do you?
No, no,
And you're not at University of British Columbia.
no,
And you're not this instructor guy. And you're not
no.
the, okay. So this object has got an ID and it can
Mm,
be claimed if it meets certain criteria. And this one can't because it's confused, right? So that's one object. Then the second object, Mohammed Zahid Hassan, some other person, okay?
yeah.
You're not this Islamic scholar, are you?
No, no, I'm not.
Okay. How about this one for 20, confidence score of 24? Let's see. This one, is this you? No, this
No,
is someone else.
no,
How about this next one? Is this you? No, it's a
no,
mix of the other guy again.
no,
How about this one? No,
no.
no. Okay. So the thing is, we need to rank number one, and
Mm,
then there's this guy again. So
yeah.
we need to be the top one in the search here, and this is querying Google's database
Mm,
for all the objects. So you either need to know how to write code to query their API, or you can just use our free tool, right?
yeah.
And so we say, go to the tool, find yourself, and then follow these steps. Now, if you're not in here yet, then you haven't organized your information based on the expertise that you want to be known for and the relationships and the experience you need to have. So anyone who's an entrepreneur, I'd ask you, what's the thing that you do? Is there proof of it? Are you really
Mm,
specific about that? Are you connected with other people in the industry? And if you can put all of that into a Google Drive, then you can come in and use ChatGPT, right? And you see here the plus, I can connect with connectors, or I can go from a Google Drive. I like connectors. Agent mode is new, right? And it can connect to all these other sources, right? To then, if you put it all in one folder, then the AI, you can tell the AI, like, hey, help me build my topic wheel. Hey, help process these podcasts and turn them into articles, or turn my stuff into a book, or take videos that I've put on Instagram and YouTube and turn those into other kinds of content like Facebook
mm,
posts and LinkedIn posts, right?
mm.
So there's multiple corroborating signals. When that's the case, then the AI, when it's doing queries, people are asking it questions and it sees that, oh, Zahid, helps a lot of entrepreneurs, and there's in a particular area through Konzia, and it's in many, many places. It says the same thing about Konzia. That,
Mm.
oh, okay, it must be true. And Google looks at this and says it must be true, right? That's literally how it works. And it's not hard to do. It's not hard to understand, but you need someone to go through these steps, right?
So
Because
we
once
have
you
a
have them figured out,
blueprint available there.
here it is. And you can literally just do a search, blitz, metrics, knowledge graph or knowledge panel or whatever it is. And you'll see there it is, right?
Yeah.
Here's the article. Here's the tool we built. Here's a guide that we wrote. And most people who are entrepreneurs, they don't have time. So just send your person, ideally a young adult, but it could be anybody. Maybe there's an agency person, but most agency people are just, they're salespeople. They don't know how to actually do it. They're like too old.
Yeah.
And we have hundreds of examples of doing it. There's tons and tons of articles and podcasts, and it's all free.
And do you guys also do it for entrepreneurs? For
Yeah,
example,
we,
if
we do it for, it's a one-time guaranteed investment for $6,000. We'll do it. But you have to be a successful entrepreneur. You have to meet certain criteria, all these things. Because if for us to guarantee it, if you don't have, the experience and the pictures and the network and the reviews and, like we need the ingredients. Like we're the chef,
yeah.
you have to bring ingredients. We can cook if if you have the right ingredients, we can cook, right?
And
That's
how long it typically takes? How many weeks or months until it is fully ranked?
it depends on how competitive it is, how many people have the same name, how much information you have, whether it's a partial knowledge panel or full one, and like, but generally 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. And I also read that you talk about there are specific prerequisites as well, that you have to be on various podcasts, you have to have a lot of reviews. So is there any, like 3 or 4 prerequisites for people where they should be investing their more time and then
Yeah.
come to you for building these knowledge panels? If you could share anything on that.
Yeah. If you want us to, now remember, there's always the free path. You can do
Yeah.
that now, and you
Yeah.
can ask ChatGPT, say, "You're Dennis Yu, and or act like Dennis Yu. Everything about getting knowledge panels, pretend that you're him, and we're having a conversation. Help me do it, right?" Then you could do that now, right? You don't need to talk to me. The thousands of podcasts that I've done
Mm.
talking about this topic, ChatGPT is, or Claude or Anthrop, whatever your favorite tool, Gemini, right, has already listened to these podcasts and already watched thousands of these videos. So you could ask it and it'll give you the good answer, right? You say, "This is my name, this is my website, this is my LinkedIn. How do I get a knowledge panel?" Right? And it'll help you. But if you want us to do it, then we want to know that you're doing at least $100,000 a year. You have lots of happy clients that are on a repeat monthly, like recurring revenue basis. You're doing one main thing for those clients. Ideally, it's a high ticket local service, like you're a dentist, you're a roofer, you're a landscaper, you're a plumber, you're in a profession, tax attorney, where there's a lot of reviews and you have 100 plus reviews rated at least 4.5 stars, and you're willing to produce video. If you don't have a lot of video, we can record some videos. That might take an hour or two a week to get you on podcasts. Be on my podcast. We can turn it into a book. I have the number one free ebook site with 500,000 visits per day from Google organically. You type in free ebooks, I rank number one. Any language, any country, you type that in, I'm number one, right? So we
Very
would
good.
take your stuff and turn it into an ebook, because I have the number one ebook site, and that happens to be a domain rating 75 with 9 million backlinks. So anyone who does SEO, they can tell you that that's pretty high, right? There's all that's as high as any major media site, right? Uh, so
That's amazing. And what
yeah,
kind of entrepreneurs normally come to you guys when they ask you that you should be doing it for them because for some reason they don't have time? I know
no
you.
one has time. Yeah. The folks who come to us are mission driven local service businesses. So it could be like Tommy Mello, he has a $300 million a year garage door business,
Mm.
or Anthony Hill, he has a $7 million a year lawn care business, or Glenn Vo, he's a dentist, but he's well known among other dentists. And now he's writing his books and traveling and teaching other dentists. Like, you have to have authority in your field. And it doesn't mean you have to be number one. It doesn't mean you have to be $50 million a year. And you could even be, $1 or $2 million a year. But there has to be evidence that you, not because you say you have expertise, not because you say that you're the best, or because you care. And we always give good service. And like, okay, everyone says that about themselves. But there has to be proof that if I ask ChatGPT, or maybe it's in some source, most of the time our clients, they have some of that, but it's just not reflected into digital. So it's like a mirror that's very dirty. So we clean up that mirror and we repurpose everything, and we publish exactly how we do it. So there's no secret around it, right? People who want to save money or they want to do it cheap, then just look at all the stuff that we've published on how we do it. Or you could hire someone from the Philippines or from Fiverr or whatever and say, "Hey, see if you can do this for like $500. I know they charge 6,000. See, can you do it for 500?" And people will say, "Oh yeah, I could do it." Like, people will, say they can do surgery for $500. Like, yeah, okay. You want, I don't know, maybe in another country, that same kind of surgery, instead of $100,000 in the US, is, $500.
Well, it's also about the quality. I'm sure, like
Yeah.
people who come to you guys, they get better rankings because you guys are the experts. But I love the fact that you put everything online and you talk about it. There is a blueprint, and you are very open about it. That
Yeah.
people who don't want to spend, they can do it for themselves
Yeah.
as
There's
well.
no secret, because we're not trying to be the cheapest. Like, this is what we don't negotiate the price. We've done this hundreds of times. We're very good at it. Right. And if you can do it better or you can do it cheaper, go
Here is
for
the
it.
blueprint.
Yeah.
Here is the
Yeah.
blueprint.
A lot of people have followed our stuff and they've done it. And they said, "Yep, I was able to do it. It only took me 2 weeks." I'm like, "Awesome. That's great." Right. There's so much room for everybody. There's no need to
Yeah.
compete against anybody. Right. In the world of digital, there's just everyone sucks so bad. And the underlying entrepreneurs are all busy. They don't have time. Like, digital marketing is still easy, especially now with all the AI stuff. Like, people don't even understand how that works. They don't know how to rank in ChatGPT, right? When someone asks a question, how do you make sure you're recommended? People have no idea.
Uh, that's exactly the same problem that I see. So, Dennis, thank you so much. I really appreciate, and I am honored that you came on my podcast and share all these details. We will do a few follow-up posts as well on social media, and we will drop all the links that you mentioned.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
You should
for.
have someone on your team, Zahid, follow the stuff that we talked about, because I just Googled you and I looked in the tool and I couldn't find you. There's so many Zahid Mohammeds, right?
Yeah, I
Shouldn't we
definitely.
dominate for Zahid? Like there's it's not like the other Zahids are. I mean, there's that one guy, he's like a 98, but none of them are really that hard to beat, right?
Yeah, we definitely need to work on that. And thank you so much, like for giving me this opportunity that I could talk to you regarding this.
Do you have a young adult? You're too busy. I'm too busy. Do you have a young adult that can go to our training?
We have.
Then do it, right? There's
Yeah,
no
so
reason not to get it done.
I'm definitely gonna send a few of them, but I'm myself interested in this topic as well because I heard you speak at Digimark conference in Miami, and that is how we met. So
That's
this
right.
was like one of the best presentations I ever had, and all these things. This definitely makes a lot of difference, and I can see this like with ChatGPT, with AI, because no one is going on Google, so everyone is asking ChatGPT, and I think that is really really important for entrepreneurs like us.
Yeah, but who's showing you how to? There's a lot of people trying to sell services and claim to be AI experts. How many people are actually showing how they're doing it every day?
Well, not many. So there are like a very few people who are experts like you who know that this thing works, and that is why I am 100% convinced. That is why you put everything online, right?
Yeah,
So because you know like this thing works, so this system works, and this is a proof that everything is online. People can do it themselves.
yep,
If they don't have time, they come to you. You have a team of people,
yeah.
and they help other people as well.
Exactly. And I love creating jobs. You know, we
Yeah,
create
yeah.
jobs for young adults. Sometimes it's the sons and daughters of these other people. Sometimes it's, these kids, they refer in their friends who are unemployed or just graduated college and they don't know what they want to do. And now they're doing this, and it's they don't have to sell because we're the hospital and people come into the emergency room. We don't need to sell. If they come into the emergency room, they're in pain. We have to diagnose and treat them, right? And so it's a nice model because there's everywhere else out there's a heat. It's witchcraft and witch doctors and magical incantations and voodoo. And our thing is, you come in, we have the tools, we scan everything just like in a proper medical situation, right? And I think that the idea of a certification and the structured medical diagnostic, you take the diagnostics, the surgeon evaluates your blood and the x-rays and all this, and then there's a treatment plan, and we have a procedure for how we do that. I think that should apply to digital marketing, but most of it is about like selling. It's like salespeople trying to make big promises. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, that is how you differentiate. Like not every person ranks on so many keywords on the internet the way you rank. So that also means like the people who deliver value, they have the long term perspectives.
Yeah, don't trust the fat weight loss coach. Trust someone who
Yeah,
actually does the thing that you want to do, that it gives you credibility and confidence, right?
100%. Dennis, it was a real pleasure. Thank you so much once again for coming on podcast and sharing this with us. We will drop all these links in the follow up post, and we stay in contact. And hopefully, we see us once again in some other podcast or
In
in some other
Miami or
in
wherever else.
Miami, yeah,
Yeah.
or in some other conference. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zahid.
Thank
Good
you.
to
Take
see you.
care. Yeah. Bye bye.